What's going on, everybody? My name is Vincent Van Ghool, and welcome back to Van Ghool Reviews. Now, today we're going to have a little bit of fun. If you remember, not too long ago, I did a review of Creepy Movie EP by the Whiskey Bats. Well, this is a split that they did with Die Ghost, who everybody knows I love Die Ghost. And the Whiskey Bats did pretty well in their review. This was released through Road Rat Records on October 16th of 2020. They did release physical copies of it. I don't happen to have mine on me. This EP here has 4 songs, 2 from the Whiskey Bats and 2 from Die Ghost. Now, let's get into this, shall we? Track 1 is called Bringing Back the Dead, and it comes in at 3 minutes and 26 seconds. This is the first song on the Whiskey Bats half of this. Now, I really do like the opening riff, and that it was panned all the way to the right. It maintains that Dropkick Murphys feel that I got on Creepy Movie EP, which I really enjoy, with a slight Necromantics type twist. It's really interesting stuff. The vocals are a lot of fun. The song really flows well, in my opinion. I love the gang vocals on the chorus. I've always really liked gang vocals. Now, the vocalist does a little bit of crooning on the verses, which is a lot of fun, and then goes into a lot of the harsher vocals that we've come to know and expect from the Whiskey Bats during the Creepy Movie EP. Now, there's a breakdown of sorts, kind of around the 2-minute mark, with a nice drum build into the chorus. This is one that'll hook a lot of listeners in, I feel like. So this is a really good way to start this. It has the right level of repetition in the chorus, and the wind down on the final chorus is a lot of fun. Moving on into track 2, as the last one on the Whiskey Bats side of things. It's called Attack of the Bleeding Brain. It has a runtime of 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Again, their intros are fantastic. I don't know, I can't say enough about the way that the Whiskey Bats do the intros on their songs. They're so good at it. The guitar is what starts us here. Then the drums, then the vocals. And I like how heavy this is when the whole band kicks in. The dichotomy of the 2 different styles in this song is really, really interesting to me. There's an almost clean guitar and vocals with an interesting drum pattern, then full band punch you in the face, fast and heavy. The vocals, again, as always with the Whiskey Bats, are stellar. And the bass runs are really, really, really clean. You can hear them really well in the mix, which is something I like. Everything in this mix is so clear. And one of the big draws for me for the Whiskey Bats is they sound like they're having fun when they're recording. That always brightens up a song to me. It always makes a song sound better. Right before the end of the song, there's a piece where the bass and drums each get to shine a bit, which is really nice to hear. And then a breakdown and a solo. What I like is what the left guitar is doing underneath that before the whole band kicks in, and then, old Vinny's favorite thing, the abrupt ending, right? Now, track 3 is where the Die Ghost side of things kick in, and the title of this is Gallows Hill, and it runs at about 3 minutes and 11 seconds. The intro is really well done, and it leads so seamlessly into the lead riff. I love the lead. The vocals are exactly what you'd expect from Die Ghost dual vocalists. All right, it's right there on the level with like Human Remains and so forth. It's wonderful. The harmony that they have is utterly fantastic. Like, I really like the drive of this song. The bass is clearly on point, and the drums are killer, and that driving guitar, The chorus has a melodic quality, as most of Die Ghost stuff generally does. And around the 2-minute mark, there's a bit of a breakdown, and the bass makes it real sinister to me, and I really, really, really dig that. And then right at that sacrifice, the solo kicks in, and then we go right back into the chorus, and I really just love the way the song ends. And then track 4 It's called Lover's Lane, and it's the last track on the Die Ghost side, and it clocks in at 3 minutes and about 6 seconds. My God, that guitar. Holy cow. Then the bass comes in really hard underneath, and I love the drums on this one. And once again, their vocals are just absolutely fantastic. I love the melody on the chorus and how in the pocket just the whole band is on this song, right? Everything on this is so seamless. Every transition is perfect. I really like the dropout at about 1 minute and 40 seconds, and the main riff switches to a palm muted style for just a little bit, then a really beautiful transition into another chorus with a few changes, namely a slow tempo at first. Then another dropout, then back into what we've come to expect of the chorus, and then we get a more or less abrupt ending. I really enjoy it. So overall, what do I think of the Whiskey Bats Die Ghost split? What, you expect me to not like the fact that there's two killer bands putting out killer tunes together? Yes, please. I clearly, as I said in my Whiskey Bats review, I love the Whiskey Bats. And Die Ghost is one of my favorite bands. So clearly, I love this. Both bands really, in my opinion, brought their A game and made a hell of a split here. This will appeal, in my opinion, to just about everybody. Punks, skaters, metalheads, horror punk enthusiasts, literally anybody who hears this should like it, in my opinion. If you haven't heard this, by all means, go to both Die Ghost and Whiskey Bats Bandcamps. They each have their 2 songs on their Bandcamps. I'll link that in the description below. So, after all this, what would I give the Whiskey Bats Die Ghost split? 4 out of 5 pumpkins all day. Easily 4 out of 5. This was really well executed, really well orchestrated, and I liked all 4 songs. This is something that I listened to quite a bit all the way through, first song to last song, without skipping anything. Which is really rare this day and age with an album. A lot of people have trouble listening to full albums, but I think everybody would be able to enjoy all 4 songs without having to skip anything. Now, I want to say thank you for spending your time with me. I'm going to have links in the description for Die Ghost and Whiskey Bats, as well as my own stuff. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I've got reviews, blogs, you name it. I've got my music up on here. And don't forget to check out my Bandcamp and keep an eye out, because I just recorded a new demo song and we're going to see where that leads us. So, I want to say thank you for spending your time with me. I have been Vincent Van Ghool, and remember, we may be freaks, but we are not alone, and long live the horror.